Good morning. How are you? How's everybody going today? Wednesday. Well, it's hump day. It's also my wife's birthday, so I'm wishing her a very happy birthday. But I want you to know that this is very strange day. I mean, I did some research in the last few hours or whatever last night, and it appears that everything that's Trump's doing is some sort of revenge, can be called a revenge move. Now, a lot of it can't be proved. The last article I read was just a few minutes ago about Barron and the schools that supposedly rejected him: Stanford, Columbia, and Harvard. Now, guess which schools Trump's been going after lately? Stanford, Columbia, and Harvard. Now, I thought Harvard was because of Obama. I didn't really know that kid was smart enough to apply to those schools. He went to NYU. He just got his ass kicked by one of the senators too. He's not very smart. He's a little dumber than Trump is, and I don't think I'm not sure he's capable of running Trump's businesses. I don't think Melania will allow him to lie that much, but you never know. But everything seems to be, he goes after people for revenge. And the big thing he's doing is he's going after the journalists. The journalists are the reason he's not popular, because they are the ones that report the truth. And he's the one that sits there and lies and lies and lies and lies and lies. Even when they have video proof, he still lies. He says, that's not... I've heard him say so much as to go and say, that's not me. It's fake news. The only thing fake around here is Donald Trump's claim to be a certified genius. Because if he was a certified genius and somebody questioned it, I'm sure he would prove it. And he doesn't prove it. He is a fantastic manipulator of the truth and of individuals. But he's not a genius, not an academic genius, not an educational genius, not a business genius. He is a con man, a conniver, like I said, I don't want to call him a thief because I can't prove that, and that's the problem. But as I'm saying, he is a dumbass mother. Never mind. I don't want to get crazy. But people are backing away from him now because I have seen signs of his insanity, or his. I don't know if you would call it insanity, but it's crazy. I don't want to say insanity, because I haven't got a clinical result. I can say that I've watched him do some crazy batshit stuff. I mean, he reacts like a little child. He's my age. He's going to be 79 in June. I'm already 79, and he's reacting like a little child over every time somebody says something he doesn't like. He's mad at everybody. He's trying to destroy a country that he thinks held him back and prevented him from being the man he wanted to be, supposedly, I guess, He hates the military because I'm not sure if he tried to get in and they rejected him because he had bone spurs, or he submitted the bone spurs so he wouldn't have to go. But he's very upset about a lot of different things. And he gets with Bruce, he's an idiot, he's a moron. I forget, those are probably things Bruce called Trump in the speech. But he reacts childishly with these insults, and I'm going to do this to you. I'm going to investigate you. I'm going to make sure you don't get back into the country. I'm going to ruin your life. And he's messing with one of the most popular voices in America. And then he goes after Taylor Swift, and it's the same thing. You know, he's messing with people he has no idea how powerful they are. And at the moment, the people that are, right now, people aren't reacting the way they should to Donald Trump. I don't know what the reasonings are, other than the fact that there is a lot of racism in this country, and there's a lot of people have always looked for excuses, you know. I remember when they put in this plan for black people to get into college and whatnot, you know, and this guy sued, either sued one of the California schools, UCLA or Stanford or Berkeley, one of those schools out there, and said to them that it was reverse racism because he was white and they wouldn't let him in. He wasn't qualified to get in. That was the problem. But apparently that doesn't mean anything, you know. You can go around and say whatever you want. Well, two very unsavory people just got pardoned by him. The Grizzlies. They are a family of con artists as far as I'm concerned. I don't know anything about the bank, but I know everything else they do is sort of shaky at times, you know. I can't stand their TV show. I think he's a moron. I don't like him. I guess I don't know whether that's just his television personality, or I heard he can get nasty, but you know, his daughter just turns me off. I mean, she's got a personality that needs somebody to, I don't want to say it, but you know, there's just something wrong. I just about her. I just don't like her. And him, I wouldn't trust. I wouldn't buy anything from him. He is the ultimate circus con man, you know. But Trump pardoned him, so that's one con man pardoning another con man, you know. Trump let a sheriff out that was convicted of some crimes. I forgot what they were. Louisiana, I think he was in Louisiana, the sheriff. Pardoned him. People got all upset about that because he doesn't care. You know, he loves a pardon because these people come to him and they basically lick his shoes, you know. They'll do anything. They'll suck his dick. They'll do whatever he wants, you know, so he can get it, so they can get a pardon or something. You know, that's not the way it's supposed to be done. It's supposed to be looked at by legal scholars and see if there was a miscarriage of justice or if the sentence was too fierce or whatever. That's what's supposed to be about a pardon. But he uses the pardon as a reward for ass kissing. I don't know what's going to happen to the United States because it's, at least from my standpoint, where I sit and I talk, the people down here, the Colombian people, are more upset about Trump and what he's doing than the American people are. You know, because a lot of them have jobs that are related to America. And a lot of the people I know work for American companies down here. And this is just, you know, not what something you want to happen is I don't know, the situation that seems to be approaching. You know, he gives new meaning to the word scumbag, and he can't be trusted. And like I said, years ago, I guess it was be about maybe 40 years ago, maybe closer, since I'm 79, probably closer to, 50 would be 39. No, this is probably 40 years ago. I met his sister. I was observing I taught bartending at the time in a school, and I was observing two of my students who kept bragging about the the fanciness of this restaurant and everything, and I couldn't believe they were working there. So I went and I spoke to everybody, and I met the owners and the management, and they thanked me for the students. They were great people. And my friends that were the students asked me if I'd like to meet Judge Trump. I said, Judge Trump? And she said, yeah, she's the sister of Donald. And now Donald's got nothing to do with the presidency at this time. I'm not even sure if he had the television show yet. So yeah, sure, I went over, I met her, and I said, I'm not, I said, and she had been appointed by Clinton, so I kind of liked her, because I kind of thought she was being fair and everything like that, She had a great reputation on the bench, as they say, and well, being on the bench in legal terms is a compliment. Where being on the bench in sports terms is somewhat of an insult. But anyhow, we got into a conversation, and I said, your brother's pretty famous. And she said, I'd rather not talk about him if you don't mind. I said, he's not a family favorite. And I don't know whether she had a couple of too many drinks or what, but I stopped the conversation right there. I didn't pursue it because certain types of conversations you don't pursue with very powerful people unless you're a newspaper man or something else. Being just a kid working 3 jobs, I didn't want to get involved in it. So, but I remembered that, and I started watching and reading about Trump and some of the stuff he was doing, especially down in Atlantic City when he built his casinos and everything. I researched a lot of that. And he was just he is a very, very nasty scumbag person. I don't know what to do. He pisses me off every time I think about him. And I told you before, I said he's the one man that I can't be in the same room with, because I think I try to hit him in the face. He'd make one of those expressions to me. I don't know why somebody just doesn't spit on him and walk away, But he's got some sort of power, I guess, over people. But he is a great manipulator. He gets people to do shit that they wouldn't do under any other circumstances. So that's something you have to be concerned about, folks. All right, let's see what else I can talk about real quick. Knicks, I think, are playing tonight. They won the last game, pretty good, 106-100. The only thing I have written down on my notes is that the way Donald Trump is going after the press, he has no respect for journalism. He's damaging it tremendously. I don't know how much longer they can hold out before they disappear, but people's like Rolling Stone and Mother Jones and some of the other Politico and some of the others are beginning to be pressured a lot to stop printing lies. They're not printing lies, they're printing the truth. All right, they make mistakes in their reporting? Are they not 100% accurate all the time? Sometimes, but most of the time they are. Because they don't have money to send reporters everywhere, so they get their news off services and whatnot, and from concerned citizens and whatnot, and they have to verify all of that before they print it. Otherwise, they'd be in big trouble. Especially Mother Jones. They can't afford to be sued, And that's how Trump shuts them down. He sues them. And he gets sued every day, and he doesn't care. That's the problem. He does not give a damn how many times he gets sued. So he's just I don't know. I'm tired of him. I'm always I just don't enjoy him at all. You know, his speeches are. I mean, if you want to fall asleep, put one of his speeches on, because unless you're, you know, you're one of his fans. And the thing is, I've seen a lot of the backgrounds during the rallies and whatnot. You know, the people in the background, and a lot of the people are in the same places. So I think he just loaded them on buses and moved them around the country. A lot of them, not all of them, but a lot of them. I don't think that, judging by the look of these people, I don't think they could afford to do that themselves. All right, listen, I'm getting out of here because I'm running out of things to talk about. I mean, I could sit here and complain about Donald all day long, but I don't have the energy to do that. You know, it's just to me, it's talking about him is simply a waste of energy. So I give you my 15 minutes of it, and then that's it. All right, listen, subscribe, please, and comment and like, please, and I'll see you tomorrow.